The statement, and we'll take questions.
Yeah, it was a heck of a football game. We talked as late as right after the pregame meal that it was going to be a 60-minute game, and we knew this was a really good team with a high-powered offense coming in, and that it was going to be down to the final whistle, which obviously it was. The bottom line is it never comes down to one play, and I thought our fight right down to the end was incredible. Thought we had a chance to get one more possession there, but that didn't go our way, and so be it. That's football. I think there's probably 25 or 30 other plays in this game that we'd like to have back in all three phases that wouldn't have brought it down to putting it in the officials' hands for a spot there on fourth down at the end of the game, and that's the bottom line. We put the ball on the ground too many times today. We had some communication and misalignment issues on defense. We went into this game shorthanded at defensive back, and we didn't help ourselves by having another defensive back ejected. So we ended up playing a lot more base defense, which they obviously were able to get into more spread sets and throwing the ball, which made it a little bit more challenging for us. But that being said, we still had some third downs where we could have got off the field and got the ball back. So it was a great game, but a very sloppy game, from our standpoint. And I give a lot of credit to Western Michigan. They're very good and very talented on offense, and they could score a lot of points against just about anybody. But certainly feel like we had plenty of opportunities to seize the momentum today and try to snatch the league back, and weren't able to do that.
Pete, that fourth down conversion that Western had at the end of the game, how did officials explain that spot to you and that rule?
I didn't get a lot of explanation.
Did you get a good look at the play, and do you think the ball got over the line?
I thought we had a stop, but they seemed to be pretty confident. I thought maybe we would get some kind of replay, where they'd go over and look at it, but that didn't happen. So, until I watched the video, it is what it is. But again, you hate for it to come down to a spot at the end of the game.
Were you given an explanation for why there wasn't a replay on that spot?
They said they looked at it. Yeah. If they did, it was pretty quick. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. But I was hoping for maybe a more thorough look.
Defensively, they put up some points early, and then you got a lot of stops in the second half. They moved it again late. What did you do to correct that, and then what kind of got away?
Yeah, we settled down a little bit defensively, and again, we were playing a lot more base defense, but then we did get them into some third and mediums to third and longs, where now we were able to get into more of our third down package. But again, I haven't looked at it, but neither team punted very much here. Just looking at we had 3 punts and they had 2. So it was a wild one for sure, and love to see us get off the field a little bit more than we did. They were 40-something%, looks like, just doing the quick math on third downs. So that's pretty high for us. There was one 3rd and 13 that jumps out to me. I think it was in the first half that you would have loved to see us get off the field there and get another possession out of it. So we'll take a hard look at that, and we've got to look at our personnel right now too, because we are a little bit shorthanded, and but guys need to step up when they get opportunities.
I know the game didn't end the result that you wanted, but did you learn anything about the fight in your team?
Oh,
today?
yeah, I never had any doubt about that. These guys are fabulous that way. I wish we could have some plays back that were sloppy, but these guys are great, and we'll be back. We'll be back. We knew this is a tough stretch of games here against some really good teams, and we got another one next week. Really tough road trip next week. But right now we'll just lick our wounds a little bit and try to see what we can learn from this, and then we got to keep moving.
Western's passing game, how did they really kind of take advantage of the defense in the second quarter to open that lead to 28-10?
Yeah.
What did you guys do to adjust in the second half?
Yeah, so I think we just tightened up a lot of coverage. They won some one-on-ones in the first half, and we were able to win some in the second half, and that's really what it comes down to on some of those shot plays. Charles MacArthur's is a good example. They got him early, and then in the second half, he made a couple of those plays that we needed him to make. So the guys definitely competed, and they've got great fight, and they're obviously disappointed, but I'm certainly proud of the way that they kept fighting despite how poorly we played at times.
How much confidence do you take from the offense, the number of points you scored, and the number of big drives
Yeah,
you had late?
that's the silver lining here the last 2 weeks, is that we're starting to run the ball better, more explosive runs. We're starting to throw the ball better. We've made some 50-50 plays. Today we completed some basic drop back passes that we really haven't done a lot of that this season. We've had our share of shot plays that we've gone up and made, really in just about every game except UConn and Missouri. All the other games that we played, we've made some of those 50-50s. Today what we did was we held up in pass protection, and we threw the ball, that intermediate type passing game that we've really struggled with this year. It was good to see us make some hay with that. So there's definitely good to take away from this game. You're probably wondering why I'm not more upset, because there's glaring things. Like I ran out of spots on my note card, to take notes today on things we didn't do well out there. So you don't play clean football, you're not going to give yourself a chance, and we still had a chance despite not playing clean football. So that's encouraging. That's the silver lining, and we know what we're dealing with. We got we're not good enough yet to overcome sloppy play. Some teams are, we're not.
What was your sense from the players in the locker room about their emotions following?
Yeah, they're disappointed, and obviously they were disappointed with everybody thought we had to stop there on 4th down. But first thing I told them is it never comes down to one play, and you never want the game to be left in the officials' hands, right? And that's no offense to those guys; they're just trying to do their job. But anytime you leave it to a spot, it's it's out of your control, right? And so we need to do a better job with the things we can control, taking care of the football, and making sure we're lined up properly, and making sure we're covering kickoffs the right way, and things of that nature.
What did you think of the crowd turnout?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. A great bonfire last night. Fabulous turnout, which was really good to see. Very encouraging signs of school spirit. And I don't know what the attendance was, but it was a good showing by our fan base. So appreciate that, and they certainly got their money's worth today.
Anything else for Coach? Great. All right, thank you.
Okay, appreciate you guys.
All right, guys, from right left, Mr. Snow, Algie Henderson, Marcus Fuqua, and CJ Agbana. Are you ready to ask questions?
Marcus, just can you give us a sense of how you feel, how the team feels, and kind of coming off of that game?
It sucks that it didn't go our way, but at the same time, we can't control what the refs call. We got to just move on to the next game, clean up what we can. It doesn't come down to one play. So, throughout the game, we still gave up 48 points. So there's mistakes throughout the game. We just got to come in tomorrow, come in Monday, and fix them and get ready for Ohio.
What do you think about the way the offense played, getting you guys back in that game and getting back?
That's complimentary football. You know, if we're down, then they pick us up. You know, I love it. You know, I was very happy. I knew they had our back though the whole game. I knew they had our back, and we just had to go out there and execute and make our plays on D.
Marcus, what was your perspective on that last play on the fourth down conversion by Western Michigan?
Can't control what the refs call, what they spot, what they do. You know, we just got to respond, and if it goes our way, it goes our way. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You just got to.
Did you see the play?
Yeah, I was on the field.
Okay, but what happened? Did you see the guy cross the plane? What was your perspective of that play?
Oh, I couldn't tell if the ball crossed the plane. I was in the play. I was just trying to try to hunt the ball and get him down.
Were any of you offensive guys in a spot on the sideline to kind of see a straight look at that?
Nah, we were offense is usually on the other side of the defensive side, so we didn't get a good look at it, but we just got to go with what the refs called.
CJ, what went right for you guys offensively, especially coming back in that second half?
I feel like we just had to just keep executing little plays and not having any unforced errors. We put a few balls on the ground in the beginning, so we just had to go back to what we were good at and just take it play by play.
CJ, obviously not the result that you guys want, but is there anything that you guys can take away from this performance offensively, especially where you guys were able to open up the passing game and get a lot of success through the air in the second half?
Yeah, definitely. I know we didn't get the result that we wanted, but our receivers stepped up today because we had to win the game in the air. But it sucks that we didn't get the win. But I feel like it was good to see the offense connecting on through the air.
Victor, what came together for this team in the pass game, particularly season high in passing yards? What worked for the passing unit?
Today's emphasis was just pitch and catch, just throwing and catching, making plays, limited drops today.
LJ, how did that long touchdown open up for you, and kind of what were you thinking at that point in the game about your chances of winning?
I just knew that it wasn't over yet. Like, it was a good run, yes, but we have to get back and play defense and get back on offense and try to score. So just get back and finish playing. On to the next play.
Algie, it looked like the safeties might have had some angles on you. What's your thinking there, and should any of us be surprised that you had the speed to split those guys and keep going?
I just did what my coach asked me to do and got the touchdown so we could just go on and play defense and try to get the ball back.
CJ, 300 plus passing yards for this team. What now? What do you have to do to kind of, maintain and sustain the pass game here, the production of it?
I think we just go back to our training and use this as just a learning experience. The whole line blocked well, receivers ran good routes, just gave us time to connect down the field, so we just have to build on that.
Marcus, 2 MAC wins and this close loss today. You've been in this league long enough. How do you think about Buffalo's chances of competing for the MAC title, the way you played so far?
All of our goals are still in front of us. We go out, execute, do our job. The sky's the limit. We still can. I believe. I haven't looked at the standings. I think we still can control our destiny, but you just got to go out and win every week. Every week it's a battle. It's a championship game every week. That's how we look at it. MAC games all the way through. About to get into MACtion in 2 or 3 weeks. So we just got to take it 1 week at a time and just go out and win, execute.
Marcus, you play this pass defense with Hayden Wolf. They're very efficient.
Yeah.
Passing game as well. What is this pass defense going to learn from this experience, facing that kind of offense?
You just got to learn how to execute, stay on top of routes, keep it inside and in front, and just go back to your training. That's all it really comes down to. Just go back to your training and trust it, trust the technique, trust what the coaches tell us, and just grow from here.
In the same vein, going from this second quarter to halftime, what adjustments did the pass defense make?
It was just like I said, going back on our technique, trusting our technique, trusting the scheme, trusting everything that the coaches tell us. And once we did that, we were able to do better. It wasn't enough, but we did better for sure.
Marcus, you may have lived a little more of this than the rest of the guys out there, but was that a full-fledged MACtion?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I knew it. Like, once we got to the sideline, we started rolling and getting momentum. I knew it was going to be a tight one. I actually thought of the 7 OT game from a couple years back, but I wasn't here yet. But that's kind of where it looked like it was going to go. But, it's all good. Go on to next week, get ready for Ohio.
Also, how is this kind of game, high scoring, sun's going down, back and forth, whoever scores back last wins? How is this going to help your team, kind of going down into the stretch drive?
You know, just getting that type of experience under our belt. You know, a lot of guys, some guys may not have as much experience as like a vet, someone like me or CJ or LJ, and you know, like just being able to have that type of experience, knowing how the momentum goes, how it can shift at any moment. It's good for us. It's good for the guys. You know, we're just gonna grow from it and continue to build.
Anything else for you guys? Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Get home safe.